Ma'am, we can wait 3 more minutes for everyone to join and then we can start.
Sure, Sajal. I will do that. Hi, Dia. Hi. Good evening.
Sradhanjali, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hi, ma'am. Only two people are left to join, so we can start the meet.
Sure. Then I'll wait for 1 more minute and then I'll start.
Sure, ma'am. Okay.
Or you can text in the group so that because the first portion is little bit interesting and it's like it's required for them to attend.
I'll do the needful, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. May I have everyone on cameras, please? Because that is required in my class. Hi, Dia. I hope your health is well. Abhi,
Better, getting better. How are you
yeah,
doing?
that's on the process of recovery.
Yeah, I think both of us are in the process. I think last time when you met me, I was really down, but
Hmm.
I'm much better now.
Great to hear that. Okay, so others, I want you all to come up on camera so that you all can understand what is kink. Sorry, what is square. Every time it's like kink and all. So okay, so I would request everyone to come up on cameras, and then we'll start off. Hi, Aisha.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. So meanwhile, you all are coming up on camera. Hi, good evening, everyone. So today I would be the facilitator of this webinar, and I only know, like only one knows me, that is Ria. But a small introduction about myself. I am Sradhanjali Dasgupta. I'm from Kolkata. I'm a counseling psychologist, an expressive art therapist, queer and king affirmative therapist, and a sex therapist. And right now I'm pursuing my PhD. So that was all about my introduction. Okay, so to make this session more interesting, I would like you all to at least come up on camera, so that you all can see and I can see that, yeah, it's not only my laptop and I can see the beautiful faces also. I understand you all are on the mood of having rest and everything, but still. Okay. So what you all understand by the term queer? Anything which pops up in your mind the moment you hear queer or quote anything? Okay. What you all understand by LGBTQIA plus plus? Blank faces. Yes, Aisha.
A group of people who identify different from what the society has made.
Hmm.
So they are LGBTQIA++.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So if I get paused anywhere, let me know. So what is the difference between sex and gender? पहले ये समझ लेते हैं, ठीक है? Because that is the floor of the session. So sex is something related to our biology. Okay. Now, sex means, please don't understand that it's intercourse. Definitely it is right now, not. But that is a different topic which is related to kink. But today we are only focused on queer or queer formative therapy. Okay. Or generally in a sort of having the awareness of certain terminologies. So sex is related to our biology. That is the anatomy. Like for most of us, we know XX, which is female, and XY is for male, right? At least reciprocal, because I won't understand then. Wherever you are feeling any issue, let me know. I'll try my best to clear it out. And before coming to queer, what exactly is queer? Let's us understand what is sex and what is gender. As I mentioned, sex is related to our biology because we understand when you are seeing an individual. By that moment, we can understand ये girl है or ये boy है. I'm not talking about the third gender right now. Please don't get confused. Like seeing me, you all can identify, okay, Shraddhanjali is a girl. By the moment you see Salman Khan, you all understand he is a boy. Okay? That is what sex is. And what is gender? It is how the society labels us. It's the identity which we have been given by the society, the role, the expectation. There is a normal expectation before that girls can only be teacher or only be housewife, but girls are ruling entire the world in all the professions, right? That is what gender is. Or there is also a stigma or a myth that gynecologist has to be a girl. There are male gynecologists also. That is what gender is. Clear about gender and sex? Okay. Now, what is queer? Now, as there is a fight between the countries like USA and UK, there is a fight between what exactly is the pronunciation of queer. Many people call it as queer. Many people call it as queer. Okay? It's on to you all how you are giving the pronunciation. There is no hard and fast rule. Now, what is queer? Definitely, I'm going to talk about sexual orientation and gender identity. This portion would then be getting at least somewhat clear. But abhi ke liye, you all need to understand That what exactly is queer is a typical sort of spectrum beyond like beyond male and female or girls or boys. Clear? Okay. Now, definitely, yeah. Yes, who have raised their hand? Okay. Definitely, there would be a question that why poor affirmative therapy? ठीक है? Now, we all are psychologists, therapists, healers, but most of us are not comfortable leaving me because I am comfortable. But most of us are not comfortable in taking up clients. But what to do if a client is coming to you all? In that area, only you are the therapist or you are the healer. For example, there is a particular area you are staying. उधर पे और कोई therapist नहीं है or there are no other therapist. But they need healing. They need sessions. And for that reason only, core affirmative therapists are being bought up. Clear why exactly? Because before starting the class, let me be very clear. This is only the initial workshop or initial webinar where you can get an idea. Because the moment I tell LGBTQIA plus is never ending. It's a non-ending process. What exactly happened? Did my PPT stopped? I understood right now. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll reconnect with other. Yes, Ria, wanted to say something?
No, no, you asked the question, no? The PPT stopped. So I'm just telling you,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yes, my PPT stopped. From morning, it's raining in my area.
Mm.
Okay. I went out. Am I visible?
No, you aren't visible. Yeah, nah.
Okay. On off. I'm so sorry for this technical issues from my end.
Do you want to reconnect?
Just no, just let me know whether it's visible or not. PPT is visible or not.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
you're also visible.
Perfect. Babli bab. Okay. Now, the moment you all see, there are so many courses which you all can learn or which you all can take up. But this is just an introductory class where you can know about few terms. Now, taking consideration why I said few terms, because when we did a course, we did a whole diploma course for 6 months. Then also I realized that are kuch terminologies even we did not know. Then again I had to do a separate course. And hence it's a never ending process. As I said, plus plus. ठीक है? Now, okay, till here, any doubt in sex, gender? Okay, I hope sex and gender is clear. Now, what is the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity? I'm not using the PPT, PPT would be given to you all. Just I would be explaining what is the full matter. Okay. I hope Ria only know my format of style, like giving the lectures in the class. Anji. Okay. Now, what is gender identity? Now, I am an individual, okay? I'm not talking about girl, boy. I'm a human being. How I identify myself as? It's my inner self. Whether I feel that I am more in the masculine side or whether I feel I'm more in the feminine side. That is what gender identity. It's more that what you are, your inner self. And sexual orientation is to whom you are attracted to. Your like not love partner, but your partner. To whom you are getting attracted to. This is gender identity and sexual orientation. Clear till now? Because then the moment I enter sexual spectrum, it would be revolving in all these four areas itself. Gender, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation. ठीक है? Okay. Now, this is the moment you all need to understand why, what are the terms. Now we all know LGBTQIA plus, and plus, so many pluses. We all know L means lesbians. Okay, lesbians means I am a girl, my sex is girl. People have identified my gender is also as girl. Society have tagged me. I identify myself as girl. That is my gender identity is girl. Sexual orientation, that is whom I am attracted to, also a girl. ठीक है, where two girls are in love with each other, they are the partners, where they are sexually attracted, emotionally they are attracted. This is what lesbian is. Gay, the opposite of lesbian, where two male partners come in each other, like they are in emotional side. For example, Salman Khan and Amir Khan, if they were in love area, that would be a sort of gay. Now there is a new term which is like lesbian also call themselves as gay. They don't prefer to call themselves as lesbian, but they prefer to call themselves as gay. Definitely, I'm going to talk about the pronoun. Don't get confused. And what is bisexual? Bisexual means being a girl, I'm attracted to boys and I'm attracted to girls. Now, boys and girls in terms of sex and gender, not in terms of gender identity and sexual orientation. That is what bisexual means. Abhi ke liye it's clear? Okay. Now, what does queer means? This was the main question in the first slide. Queer is not related, or it's not only related with lesbian, bisexual, trans, and intersex. It's much more than that. Polyamorous. V relationship, triad relationship, that is also under queer. Queer is a huge term, it's an umbrella term. Asexual, semisexual, demisexual, fictosexual are all under queer. Queer is just the tagline. Under that, all the things would be coming up. Now, this is the main thing you all need to understand. Now, why pronoun? Okay? Now you have seen in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, people are writing their pronoun. And there are so many people who don't prefer to call themselves that, yeah, I'm he, she, they, them, whatsoever. Why so? Just for the sake of identity. That I was assigned as girl, but I'm right now not feeling that I'm girl. I am a boy. I'm not talking about gender dysphoria again. It's just the pronoun. They, them, and theirs, they are the plural form of everyone. Like, for example, we used to tell that the class is not quiet because they are shouting. That means it's a group of people. And they are somewhat in the spectrum of gender fluid. I'm going to talk what is gender fluid. Abhi ke liye just understand they, them, and theirs is a plural form, not a singular. Where a group of more than two people are there. He, her, his. It's related to gender. Now, what is gender? The role, the society which have given us, the tagline which we get it from the society. And there are some people who don't prefer, again in the spectrum of asexual. I'm going to talk because this can be little confusing because you all don't know the terminologies abhi ke liye. The moment terminologies get cleared, you all can understand why pronoun are there. Now, generally while taking up session with your client, queer affirmative, when you are a queer affirmative therapist, not at least not after this, there should be a point or there should be a column gender preference. There are so many people who feels that even a therapist also feel that no, I should not ask. But it's important to understand that we need to talk about their pronoun. Because there is a myth that once in a lifetime, the moment an individual claims that I am a demisexual, for example, or I'm a lesbian, the coming out has stopped. No. Every single day there are coming out of this queer community because of stigma, because of people not being aware of. And every single day, even in their charm circle. Now, charm circle is something in queer or queer, whatever it is, where they are only aligned with their favorite friends or best friend. Close circle. Jumped means close circle. Even there also people need to come out every single moment, every single day. Till here clear? Okay. Now, what is asexual? Any idea what is asexual? Asexual is a sort of not gender but sexual orientation. Okay? Where you are not sexually attracted to anyone. No one. You are not sexually attracted. You are emotionally attracted, but you are not connected sexually. That is what asexual is. Bisexual, I said, where the role comes in or where the sex comes in. That I am attracted to male, I am attracted to female also. That is bisexual. Sixth gender is, for example, I'm born as a girl and I feel my gender, my sexual orientation, my gender identity is only girl and nothing else. I am not a male. That means whatever you are assigned at your birth, you can easily resonate with your assigned gender or with your assigned sex. That is what cisgender is. Next, drag. Now, drags are some individual who just for the sake of performances, they dress up like that. Otherwise, they are not on sexual spectrum or they are not sexually attracted to any other. Just for the sake of performances. If you search in Instagram, drag king, drag queen, you can get n number of profiles. Now, what is drag king? I am a girl and I like to dress up like a boy. Just for performances, I would be dressing up like a boy. And what is drag queen? I am a girl. Sorry, I'm a boy. Though I'm not a boy, but I'm a boy. And I prefer to dress up like a girl. And in that manner. Therefore, the level of performances. That is what drag is. No, tomboy level, tomboy is something different. I'm going to come. It's not tomboy. Okay. Next is heterosexism. Now, heterosexism are those sort of individual who thinks that everyone are straight. Queer बोल के कुछ नहीं होगा for them. Either male or female. And if it is a male, they are going to attracted to female. And if it is a female, they are going to get attracted to male. For them, that is that. Next is heterosexualism or straight. We all can understand that, yeah, I am a girl, I am inclined only to boy. Or if I am a boy, I am only inclined to a girl. That is what straight is. Next is homophobia. Now, homophobia is a sort of phobia where people get or where people have an association that for LGBTQ, they don't like the people from this community. They hate them. And there are so many peoples. In fact, even after, like, there is an institute which is called as MHI, Mariwala Health Initiative. Even after completing courses from there also, people, like, there are therapists who are homophobic to take up clients. Again, I'm not criticizing anyone, but they are homophobic. Next is intersex. Now, intersex is something, I'm not going to tell that it is a very new concept, but though it's old, but for example, I'm a girl. Okay? I would be having a vagina. I would be having an opening. But again, there would be a chances for me to have a penis of a boy, a small penis. Same goes for a boy. A boy has been born. Sex is XY, that is male, and he is having a small clitoris or a vagina or a small opening of a girl. That is what intersex is. And you can't understand whether they are boy or girl. In Goa, Thailand, intersex is pretty common. Not even in Goa, but in Thailand. Yes? Ha, bolo, Ria bolo.
Ma'am, just very curious question,
Hmm.
Sradhanjali. I am so used to calling you ma'am. I was saying that the heterosexual and straight, when you say that a man who's attracted to women, and like they go function straight. Also, my curiosity comes to the other part here on the right side. You mentioned cisgender as well.
Hmm.
So, isn't I mean, do they come in the same sort of a category of heterosexual and straight, or is it something that makes them different?
No, sixth gender is generally of gender identity. That who I am. Okay. And straight or heterosexuality is just the sexual orientation.
तो ये ज़्यादा cisgender is more on the gender identity lines, and the heterosexual is more on the
Yes,
sexual
yes.
orientation lines, is what you're trying to say.
Sexual orientation.
Okay, got it. This was more on the gender identity. Yes,
Yes, yes.
orientation. Got it.
Hanji. Okay. Yes, Swati, tell me.
I had the same doubt. I was not that clear of the cisgender bit.
Hmm. Okay, is it clear right now?
Can you come again, ma'am? Because there's a confusion.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
who are the cisgender? Cisgender is more on a side of gender identity. Now, what is gender identity? Tell me. Gender identity is my inner self. I am born as a girl and I prefer to be a girl. But straight or heterosexual is more on the side of sexual orientation, whom I am attracted to, my love partner or my sexual partner. Clear, Abhi?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay. Yes, Astha, tell me.
Can you explain intersex once again?
Okay. So intersex are those sort of individual. This is more common in like Thailand and Bangkok. Like for example, I'm born as a girl. Okay, my sex is XX. Sorry, XX. My gender is also being given by the society that she is a girl. Okay. Now, being a girl, it's quite natural that I would be having a vagina. Okay. I'm not talking about any other terms right now. I would be having a vagina, but if I'm intersex and I'm not going to only going to have a vagina, I'm going to also have a penis, the penis of a boy, and vice versa. Even if a boy can have a opening of a girl, like like urinal opening.
So, ma'am, is it present by birth?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Like this is more in Thailand. You all can understand if I name it's a very layman term, she-male. She-male बोल के हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, like we don't tell, but there is a layman called like she-male. That is what intersex is. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ask Swati.
Yeah, so in when it comes to cisgender, it's
Hmm.
basically that their gender identity is in line with the gender assigned at birth, but
Hmm.
then we do not know whether they are, I mean, what their sexual orientation is. So it's just the gender that we are talking about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, right.
Okay. Okay. Now, again, more deeper version. I am here to confuse you all. Don't worry, but yeah, it would be clear. So, what is romantic and अनरोमांटिक? ठीक है, रोमांटिक बोल के हम लोग जो आते हैं हम लोग के दिमाग में, that is what romantic is. That is, people like romance. Over here, individual prefers to have romance or a sort of romantic partner. But in aromantic, what exactly it happens? They don't have any interest in romance. Now, why so? We are going to come later. This is in asexual spectrum. Please don't forget that. What is asexual? Anyone? अभी बोले.
Hi. So somebody who doesn't get attracted, like who doesn't need, like feel attracted to having a sexual activity.
Yes.
And
And this
also,
is in the spectrum. All
yes,
this in the spectrum.
yes. And I also had a question. So
Hmm.
related to this romantic and aromantic, romantic, I had known
Hmm.
one person, and she identified as asexual, and she was one of those people that she did not feel sexually attracted to somebody. But the question is, so over time, she kind of started feeling attracted to somebody, and she changed from asexual to being pansexual, if I'm correct, or being queer. So that is also a possibility, right?
Yes, it's possible.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to clear that.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in pansexual and demisexual wala portion. Okay. Now we all know what is aromantic is. People who do not have any sexual interest. Now, please don't get confused. That means they have issues with sexual thing or not. It can be possible. Again, it can't be possible. It's in the fluid side. Take it. Now, what is biromantic? Bi. Now, biromantic means people are attracted only towards two gender. Now, please mark my word two gender. When I tell two gender, that means the role, the society role which has been assigned. That is either male or female. Riya is like, abhi kya hua? हाँ Riya, eh. I have all this. Sorry, I got all these clients. Clear what is biromantic? हाँ बोलो.
Is it the bisexual part that you're referring to?
Again, no, 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 not sexual. It's on the gender side. Right now, whatever I'm going to talk, it's on the gender side and asexual spectrum and in romantic and aromantic.
I think the first one was I was just processing the slide of romantic versus aromantic, and when you turned the slide, when you changed the slide, and when I saw like a lot of the dimensions that the key points, I was like, "बाप रे, इतना सब लिखना पड़ेगा." That was my first reaction.
हाँ अभी माइंड कंपनी को पूछो साजल को पूछो साजल ने सेड मी श्रद्धांजलि क्वर 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 आई सेड हाँ पीपल कैन गेट कंफ्यूज हाँ साजल को अभी पारो पीटो आप लोग
No, but provided they gave us the PPT, I think then most of us would be comfortable in referring it, I guess.
yeah
And
yeah
get
even if you all are having any issue Sajal is there to help you all don't worry okay don't get confused I am there itself biromantic clear biromantic where people have identification of their romantic partner sharing the ppt हाँ 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 अब भी साजल कर दो ये लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा फिर साजल is sharing Riya she is sharing now biromantic is that sort of individual where people are attracted only to two gender clear for everyone male and female because I can see only three faces and no other faces. Unluckily, I don't know why. Acha, you all are not enjoying your class. You all are not liking me or my face, anything. I request everyone to come up at least on cameras so that I feel interesting. Okay. Next is heteroromantic. Now, heteroromantic are just the opposite. Okay, where people are attracted only to the opposite sides. Astha came up right now. Okay. Heteroromantic is opposite gender attraction. For me, I'm a male, sorry, I'm a woman. I am getting attracted to male. For Amitabh Bachchan, he got attracted to Jaya Bachchan. Let me give example with this sort of figure, then you all can understand. This is what heteroromantic is. Clear? Now I have particularly mentioned gender. Gender has been given by society, male or female. Don't get confused. Clear about heteroromantic? Riya? Hanji. Because you can get confused with all this. Okay. Next is homoromantic. What homoromantic is? When we are attracted to same gender. A sort of lesbian or gays. I'm a woman. I'm getting attracted to Rani Mukherjee. Or Sunny Leone. छोड़ो दो Rani Mukherjee, Sunny Leone. ठीक है? That is what homoromantic is. Clear? Clear, everyone? Okay. Bapre bap. I would get confused if you all are not being cleared. Then is panoromantic. Riya PPT है. Riya अभी छोड़ो. लिखो मत, पीपीटी है, मैं दे दूंगी तुमको.
Sent. He sent on the group.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Mm.
Now, what is panoromantic? Now, romantic attraction on who they are. Clear? What is panoromantic? Not clear. Not clear. Because I can see only four faces and they I can assume. Not clear, right? Aisha, Asta, Krati, and Riya.
I'm processing that in my mind.
Okay, keep on processing. I would be back again then. Please stop me even if you all are not understanding. I'll be giving examples. Then you all
Ma'am,
can.
what is the difference between pan-romantic and bi-romantic?
Pan romantic is someone who is attracted to all the genders. Abhi kuch, for example, in morning I am attracted to a girl. 10 a.m. 12 in the noon I am attracted to Amir Khan. Again 2 in the noon I am attracted to Salman Khan. Again Sunny Leone. This is what pan romantic. But bi romantic is I would be sticked at least for a couple of months.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next is polyromantic. पीटो मत मेरे को हाँ. Okay, what exactly is polyromantic? Now, attraction to all the genders, again male and female, but not, at least it's not required. Now, over here, for example, it can be I can call myself as a polyromantic. I am, but only I am attracted to a male candidate. Or if I talk about sex, XY like XY chromosome, not XX chromosome. But again it can be on a different perspective. I am attracted only and only to me female, sorry, males, but not to female. But I can call myself as, or my romantic orientation is polyromantic. Clear? Keep on processing.
Ma'am, it was not clear. Can you explain again?
Okay, polyromantic means where I'm attracted to all the genders, but kabhi kabar. For example, I'm attracted to a male, ठीक है. But why I'm calling myself, but it can be I can get attracted towards a female also, either XX or XY, but either, not every time.
Ma'am, so why does it say but not all genders?
It depends on the human being.
Okay.
Why did Abhishek Bachchan leave Ashwarya? In that sort of cases, when I'm going to talk about the V sort of relationship, at least one person would be getting cleared why so it happens. Clear?
Can you
Now,
explain the difference between pan romantic and polyromantic?
Anji. See, what exactly is pan romantic? Pan romantic, where I'm attracted to everyone. And I can tell you, yeah, today I was attracted to this and this. I am attracted to all the gender. Now, what exactly is gender? The society wala tagline. He is a male, she is a female. I'm attracted to everyone. But when I talk about polygender, I call myself as polygender, but I'm only attracted to female, but not male. Or vice versa. Confusion hoga, I understand. But धीरे धीरे you all can, in the upcoming slide it would be getting cleared. Clear? Now what is demi? Now it's not demisexual. Sexuality is different. I'm going to talk. Demi romantic means they are only going to have a sort of romantic partners with so-called very strong partnership. For example, they are not going to change partner. Okay, in this, if I tell that I am demi romantic or I can be a demi romantic, but I have so many partners. Emotional bonding ka partner, I have so many friends. Take it in a sort of friends. But I would be engaging in sort of sexual relationship only and only with one partner with whom I have a very strong connection. Very strong. That is what demi-romantic is. Clear? Aisha is processing. Ria, Mary, you are not clear.
Is
Okay,
it like friends with benefit for the concept?
something of that sort. Yes. Okay. Demi-romantic means, for example, I am in a relationship with Salman Khan, Amir Khan, John Abraham, so many Khans and Khans, okay? But though it's getting recorded, unfortunately, but not an issue. But I'll prefer to have sexual intercourse only with John Abraham. But I have my best bondings are with everyone. But I share a strong bonding in terms of emotionality only with John Abraham, and hence I prefer to have sex with him. Abhi clear? Ish, I am missing Ved because he would have laughed. Okay, I knew right now it would be getting cleared. Okay. अरे बोलो ना ऐसा एग्जाम्पल चाहिए आई वुड बी टेलिंग ठीक है डोंट वरी ओके प्लीज पार्डन मी कंपनी आई कांट डू एनीथिंग दे आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इन दिस वे हाँ रिया बोलो
Ma'am, when you said that they all come in the gender identity part, which is the self part, as in what they, it is just the attraction part. तभी समझ में आता है, it's not orientation, it is attraction. So
यस
these all come under the attraction part.
यस
The romantic, but how they are getting attracted to different
डिफरेंट वन
genders, right? That's the entire thing. I'm just making it
यस
below.
यस
And जब बता देना जब ओरिएंटेशन आएगा तो सेक्सुअल ओरिएंटेशन
ओरिएंटेशन ओरिएंटेशन आएगा फिर पॉलीसेक्सुअल के टाइम ओरिएंटेशन आ जाएगा PPT has been given, don't get confused. Okay. Now you all know what is demisexual, I said. Anyone who can, those who are not on camera, can tell me what is demisexuality? Anyone?
Where you don't experience sexual connection until you have an emotional bond with someone, right?
Yes. Very strong emotional bond.
Right.
Right? Thank you. Yes. Now what is gray sexual? Now gray, yes, Swati, tell me.
So demisexual and demi-romantic sound similar to me. Is that true?
Yes,
I
it's
mean,
true.
the fact, yes,
Somewhere
right?
it's true. Again, it's a sort of orientation and sexual identity. See, I'll be very honest. If you all are understanding this portion, na, well, কোথায় গেল? This slide, that is gender identity, sexual orientation, sex and gender. Please mark my word, if you are understanding these four concepts, then all the terminologies would be getting cleared. But if you all are not understanding, then it would be in a sort of fluid. कहाँ जाऊँ? समुंदर पे डूब जाओ, उठ जाओ, कूद जाओ, कुछ भी जाओ. Clear?
Why would you go to the samundar? I'm just very
Samundar,
curious.
because it's a much more deeper version, na?
अच्छा
Where
वैसे
is much more deeper, more than kink, which I said. Okay. Now, what is grey sexual? Again, with sexuality itself. Abhi. Okay. Now, grey sexual, they are not very rare. In India, there are so many grey sexual people also. They keep on changing their attraction, or they keep on changing their attractive partner in a very frequent manner, or in a very rare manner, like both, either very rare or very frequent. It can be for one long day I was in this spectrum, other day I'm this, or I'm shifting to this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's my preference. It's nothing to do with that I am characterless or something. It's my preference. Again, not my, it's a preference of the client or the individual. It's a sort of changing their mentality. Now, again, if you talk about their psychological perspective, I won't say it has been found to be, but there are one or two researchers which says that because of their emotional stability, a sort of borderline. Clear? Yes, Vidhatri Gupta. हाँ विदात्री बोलो.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I had a doubt. So,
Hmm.
again, out of personal experience,
हाँ.
I had a friend as well, right, who was demisexual. And so, whenever she used to say she was demisexual, she got a lot of these replies back saying that, of course, everyone would form an emotional bond and then
Hmm.
want to have sex with someone, right? So, that is pretty much there, right, in the culture of Tinder and all these dating apps. So,
Hmm.
how do you deviate from that? There are people who still, would like to go on a lot of dates, take the relationship slow, go on with progress, and then end up thinking of having sex. So how do you differentiate between them and a demisexual person?
Okay. For this sort of, if I'm not wrong with your query, like you wanted to know how to differentiate between the one
Hmm.
who is on the demisexual spectrum or with the one who keep on like who thinks over their sexual partner,
Yeah, something like that. So
something
even
like.
someone who is not demisexual, who doesn't identify as demisexual, have
Hmm.
this dismissive thought that, I mean, aren't human all wired like that, where we take time to form relationships and then we think about sexual uh, self, right? And whether it's attraction or the act of sex, both together, right? So how is that different from someone who is demisexual, who has identifies as demisexual, basically?
Okay. So see, when an individual comes or when a client comes up, at least to a kink affirmative or a queer affirmative therapist, we
Mm-hmm.
start usually with CBT. Okay? If the
Okay.
client is confused with his or her orientation or
Mm.
sexual identity itself, that I am not being able to understand, the gender
Mhm.
fluid,
Right.
okay, or the non-binary portion,
Right.
we tend to have a sort of CBT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If with CBT, if the client is getting a knowledge that yeah, then might be
Mm-hmm.
I'm this, clarity
Mm-hmm.
goes on. But if there is a confusion,
Mm-hmm.
definitely we ask. At least I, in my experiences, what I did, I asked the client to move on with different partners, not again with
Okay.
sexual intimacy, and in the terms of emotional connections,
Emotional connection.
emotional bonding. Then
Mm-hmm.
to figure out whether he is on this demisexual portion. If he gets again, honestly, utna there it don't go, it don't drag in that
Mm-hmm.
portion. People can identify that I am over here.
ID.
But
Okay.
in case of queer community, people have a very clear connection that I am over here.
Mm.
Generally, not in the case of gender fluid because they are somewhere over here, again over here, then
Mm.
again in the middle. They keep on floating like this.
Right.
But generally, it's pretty clear on the portion of everyone that whether my orientation, my identity is okay or not. Like okay,
Mm.
matlab it's clear or not.
That what they are, what
Yes,
sort of
yes,
sexual
yes,
orientation they are.
yes.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Any other doubt in Damian Gray?
And doesn't it have to do with um, not only the um, different terms of but in general we can use them. I mean, general, even if somebody is a bisexual, they can be a demisexual as well. Okay,
Yes,
so these
yes.
two can be used for irrespect for everybody, I think. You know.
See, actually, we don't label anyone. As a therapist, from that lens, we don't tell, okay, you are bisexual, that means you can be a demisexual also,
No, no,
or
I'm
you
just
can
saying
be
that.
a pansexual also.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I'm just giving an example. If somebody is a bisexual or a heterosexual, let's say,
Hmm.
बाइसेक्सुअल भी होगा हेट्रोसेक्सुअल भी होगा बट वन ऑफ द लाइक इधर वन ऑफ देम कैन बी दिस इज व्हाट आई एम
Hmm.
सेइंग डेमिसेक्सुअल भी हो सकते हैं सो दिस
हाँ,
कैन बी लाइक अ दिस टर्म इज नॉट समथिंग वेरी डिफरेंट इट्स मोर ऑफ अ प्रेफरेबल प्रेफरेंस के ऊपर दिस
हाँ जी,
मोर
बिल्कुल,
फॉल्स इन द
बिल्कुल,
प्रेफरेंस लाइन
बिल्कुल. We need to ask the client whether you are this, what I understood, or whether something else.
या
Okay. Okay. Next is cat sexuality. Again, a sort of sexuality. Now, over here, what happens? They feel attracted. They have emotional connection. They have some sort of sexual interest, but they are going to avoid that. For example, I like, as I said, I am having a connection with John Abraham, Abhishek Bachchan, Amir Khan, Salman Khan, so many Khans, Shah Rukh Khan. I feel attracted sexually to John Abraham, towards John Abraham, but I won't be doing any sort of sexual activity with him. It can be because of two reasons. Either I was being molested in my childhood. Now, Ria can understand the sort of inner child from here. Ria, remember? Huh. A sort of childhood is coming. Which sort of wound is this, Ria?
Which sort
Wound.
of what? Sorry, I lost you. In between. Bolo, bolo. I am there. Inner child healing, Ria. You remember? I heard everything.
Uh, in inner child, I talked about wound. Like if I'm not being able to engage in any sort of sexual activity, what sort of wound is that?
It could be a parent wound as
Hanji.
well.
Yes. So, what exactly is parent wound? When none of the parents were emotionally, physically available to us. I'm not going to talk about inner child right now, it's a separate entity. So, over here, it can be a parent wound, either, or a sort of sexual or a sort of molestation had happened with me, and hence I'm not being able to engage further. Again, then in this time, we have to use trauma informed. Clear? Yes.
How beautifully it's layering into going just from hetero, homo, heterosexual, just bisexual to queer in general as an umbrella term to deeper understanding of how how we sometimes fail to see the deeper concepts of this, right? I mean, it's something that sometimes often we don't see all of this.
Hmm. No, we don't tell.
Yeah.
I can somewhat relate to this because I
Hmm.
don't feel like having some sort of sexual activity with people, although I am attracted towards them.
Hmm.
And especially with the person I have crush on or I love somebody, I am not sexually attracted towards him. I never understood why is this happening to me.
It's because of the wound, or it can be a some sort of molestation, or you were being abused. Again, not in terms of physical abuse, it can be a some sort of
Mental, emotional
mental
abuse.
abuse also. Body
That is
shaming.
true. That is true.
Yes. Next is fictosexual. Now, fictosexual are those sort of individual who likes having sexual intimacy with fictional character. I forgot that name of the like individual. He got married to a doll, and whenever he used to go anywhere, he used to carry the doll. I forgot the name. He was from Japan. Hanji, Japan. Definitely, I'm going to share the link with Sajal, and he's going to circulate. So he is on the spectrum of fictosexual, where people feels like having intercourse, where people feel like getting romantic with a sort of fictional character. They start imagining, and they would do that. Yes, Aisha.
Very relatable. I'm attracted towards gangsters and villains, of course, Wattpad stories.
Anyone who have heard of Charles Shoburaj case, Bikini Killer, Bikini Killer? You all are from psychological background, and
Yeah.
uh,
Oh,
I
Yeah.
have
yes,
heard.
ma'am.
Yeah.
okay. So there were the moment. Yes, Astha. Oh, hard one.
Oh, no, ma'am, I was just raising my hand because I've heard of him.
Okay. So when he was inside the jail, basically he used to receive some sort of love letters. And then in Kolkata itself, there is a girl. I'm not going to name her. She had got exactly the replica of Charles Shoburaj, and she married her, like married him. Okay. He's the man who married with the Hakuna Mika. This one itself, Japan sort of thing. Yanji, bilkul. So these are those sort of individual who feels like getting married or who feels like getting intimate to a sort of fictional character, dolls. This is what fictosexual is. Clear about fictosexual? Okay. Now, autosexual. Now, what exactly is autosexual? Now, autosexual are those sort of individual who are attracted to themselves itself. I am only attracted to myself. I love my body. Even though we all are autosexual, again, not to forget, we all are autosexual, but it's not like that we are going to have a very romantic thing with our body. कभी नहीं होगा. ठीक है. We need someone to like us, to love us, to hug us, so on and so forth. But autosexual are those sort of individual who is in love, who is in more sort of engaged with their own bodies. They feels like abhi I need to do this, I need to do this, and for them self pleasure is more satisfactory. Even if you are telling today you are not looking good or today you are looking down, उन लोग के लिए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, because they love themselves a lot. They don't need anyone. This is autosexual. Next is lithosexual. Now Riya, उसमें है पीपीटी पे है. Don't
Just
write.
making some self notes.
वो सेल्फ हेल्प नोट ओसीडी वाला थिंग. हाँ, write it down.
मेरे को है. So I'm just I was also going to ask you
Hmm.
something,
Hmm.
Anjali. I was just autosexual when you were referring to that, people are more into the self pleasure part. Also, there is an underlining thing that is there any underlining fear that they come from that engages them into the self part, or is it just that they are okay with the self attraction part?
No,
Basically,
see, when I talk about a sexual spectrum, it can be in two line. Okay, either they are afraid that what if I am not being able to handle criticism, a sort of fear that what if that individual rejects me. Okay, and I love my body. I don't need anyone. Like there was a very prominent case where a girl got married to herself itself.
hmm.
Huh? That is a case of autosexual.
क्योंकि I thought that it was the first demisexual के बाद जो हुआ था ना wounds वाला the cat what was that cat sexual.
Huh.
I was thinking on a similar level that
Hmm.
there could be the self pleasure part and etc. But could be the thing that helps them to just be more into themselves. I was
Yes, yes, yes. It
thinking
can
wide
be.
on that.
It can be because it's a spectrum,
Hmm.
either over here or over here. It can be in both the lines. Oh, okay. Yes, Astha.
Mom, can they be narcissists after a point of time?
Uh, See, I'm not going to label as narcissistic, but somewhere they can be. That I am totally obsessed with my own self. But somewhere. But again, I'm not tagging anyone because again, it's their preference. Like that, like case which I'm talking about, she got married to herself itself. In whole social media, there were so many media coverages and all. That is a case of autosexual.
Okay, mom.
Okay. Now, lithosexual. Now, lithosexuality are those sort of sexuality where I would be getting attracted to someone who do not reciprocate the behavior of that individual. For example, A and B. Okay? A is only going to get inclined to B, though A knows that B is somewhat on a hyper libido spectrum, but B is not even communicating because B don't want to reciprocate the feelings, and hence A would be getting attracted to B, where other person do not reciprocate the feelings of themselves. That is what lithosexual is. Again, as I said, all these are again in a terms of spectrum. Either it can be for this reason or it can be for this reason. We can't pinpoint that it has to be only for this reason. But again, it's a sort of preference. Clear? Okay. Next is phrase sexual. Now, phrase sexual are like they are somewhat confused. I don't know. Like I don't know, matlab they are like I don't know whom to get attracted to. I don't know about myself a lot. I need to experiment a lot. Now I don't need, but a sort of free sexual are on that side that they need to explore. They don't know whom to they get like for whom they are getting attracted to. Whether I need to get attracted to a sort of gender or identity or orientation, they are pretty confused. It's a sort of confusion. Free sexual people are little confused. Clear about free sexual? Okay. Now, over here, this we are going to talk about over here right now. Again, this is different. We are again going to explore gender identity and expression. This is completely different from the one which we talked. Okay? Yeah, don't get confused. Not getting. Okay. Okay. Now again, it's for everyone. Please don't get confused. Uh, kaha gaya? हाँ. Please don't get confused. I know it can be confusing, but I'm here to help you all. What is agender? Like agender are those sort of individual who won't be talking about their gender identity anytime. What is gender?
The societal role or the
Yes. And what
societal
is gender
expectation.
identity?
Gender identity, which I am most on the side of, am I masculine or feminine? What I feel like I am.
Yes, my own self. Agender are those who won't be talking about their own gender identity. What I am. Am I on the masculine side or am I on the feminine side? Next is cisgender. As I said, it's that I am a woman. Sorry, I am a girl and I associate myself as a woman itself. Straight wala thing. But again, I'm talking about gender identity and how I'm expressing myself to the society. Abhi. Okay? Then is demigender. Now, demigender is somewhat connected to all the sort of identity which I spoke earlier. Demigender are those sort of gender identity which changes over time. I like a boy, I like a girl, I like a trans, I like a trans man, I like a trans woman, but not to get confused with pansexual. Pansexual is of the sexuality. Demigender is somewhere related to the connection, but it would change over the time. And definitely over the time, over year, I means with the ages. 12 to 15, I was inclined to this. 15 to 20, some other gender. It would keep on changing. That is what demigender is.
And is
Gen-
it? Sorry to cut you. Is it the expression as in how they are coming out? Is
yes,
what
yes.
link lagli, link lagli.
Huh.
Look at my excitement, link lagli. So what I'm saying is that gender identity, as in how I'm coming out. So if I
Hmm.
belong to any of them, how I will express myself outside. The expression,
Hmm.
as in how will I come out in the society, or
Hmm.
how will I come out? The expression part, right?
Yes, yes. Whether I'm coming out fully, whether I have issues with coming out, that is what expression means. Okay. Next is gender fluid. Now, gender fluid, the moment I say gender fluid, it's a sort of fluid. If I take a scale from here to here, this is what a scale is. Okay? But I would be on the middle side. Gender fluid individual would be on a middle side. That means they can flow from here to A to B and again after some time B to C. Again they can come back to A. They don't have a particular shift or they don't have a particular inclination toward a particular time frame or towards a particular gender. For them again it's a sort of confusion state, but they are pretty clear that why I am confused. If you take up clients from queer community, you can see people say, no, I am clear about my that I'm a gender fluid, but I feel I need to explore more with all the genders. And they are on the verge of exploration. Con. Ha, mug, he. Ha. Tell me your pronunciation. I was not being able to. Who
Ma'am,
is
then what would be the difference between a demigender and a gender fluid? Like how we could
see,
differentiate?
see, demigender? They are partially connected to a particular gender, but not fully. For example, I am connected to some gender. Now, what is gender? Tell me that. To understand all this, you need to understand what is gender.
the social labels or the characteristics.
बिल्कुल ठीक है, gender clear. Now if I am on a spectrum of demigender, I am more inclined, or I am connected, I feel connected with a boy or a girl, ठीक है, but not fully. That is what demigender is, where connection is there but not to that extent. Upar upar, like on the verge of the sky, upar upar. But when I talk about gender fluid, they are confused. Understand this. When I talk about gender fluid, they are confused. They don't know whom to get attached to. Clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is gender neutral. Now, gender neutral are those sort of individual who do not identify themselves as anything. They don't prefer to have any sort of gender. They are okay with whatever you call them. You can call them a male, you can call them a female, they are quite okay. Anything. Even if they are born as a girl, you call them a male also, they are okay because they are gender neutral. They don't prefer anything. They don't anything matlab again in terms of gender. They are okay with any gender. Clear?
I had a doubt.
Ah,
So, for example, let's imagine for a person who identifies as a gender, they would go for a pronoun like they, and for a person who's gender neutral, they would go for he, she, they.
for a gender, what you said?
For a gender, they would identify as they because
Hmm.
it's an umbrella term. Like,
Ah,
and for gender neutral, they would go for he, she, they.
yes,
Like they
yes.
sort of like the
Anything. He,
anything.
she, they, them also.
Okay, huh? He, she, they, them. Hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Clear till now? Okay. Arey, 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 arey. Did I missed? Okay. Next is polysexual and monosexual. Now, this is in terms of sexuality. What is sex?
The biological state or the biological organ that we have,
Hmm.
our anatomy.
Yes. And what is sexual identity?
What whom I am to whom I am attracted to.
Yes. Yes. Now, this is related to sexuality, whom I am attracted to and what I identify myself as. Okay. Now, polysex is something where I identify with multiple sort of genders. Kabhi this, kabhi that. But please don't get confused with cross-dresser. That is something different. I'm going to talk.
Ma'am, are
हाँ,
we still in the gender identity? Don't
in
throw
the
coffee at me.
sexuality.
Matlab, it's more, we haven't gone into the orientation part yet. This,
ओरिएंटेशन अभी बहुत बाकी है. 2-3 स्लाइड्स भी बाकी है.
उसके बाद आता है क्या?
हाँ जी. Okay. So what is poly what is polysexuality? Where, for example, I am getting attached or I am identifying myself with multiple genders. Clear what exactly was gender? Okay. And what exactly is monosexuality, where I get attracted or where I identify myself as only one gender. That is the straight wala thing. Either I'm straight or gay or lesbian. Monosexuality is pretty unique. Now, again, you all can think that, oh, why Shraddhanjali is confusing us. It's not on the spectrum of confusing. It's that people don't call themselves as, oh, I'm a gay. Oh, I'm a lesbian. People can come up and tell you all that I am a monosexual person. Today itself, I got a request that though the client was from Goa, I think, and he needs an online session. Sorry, offline, and hence I can't go to Goa. I had to refer to a co-affirmative. People are not going to come up to you all and say I am a lesbian, gay. Abhi to they are not going to come up. They are going to talk about in this terminologies itself. and hence I thought of to confuse you all. दिमाग पे नहीं जा रहा है ना रिया? जा रहा है ना? अच्छा, I hope you all are understanding at least the concepts and the terminologies. थोड़ा भी? Okay. Clear with polysexuality and monosexuality? Okay. Next is pansexuality. Now there can be a question. Now I want you all to write it down because I won't mention, I did not mention anywhere in the PPTs. Now, before this, pansexual. What exactly is are monosexual people as similar as heterosexual people or the straight people? Tell me, are they similar or not?
They're they're not similar. However, their preferences are different, but they're not similar. As in, um, क्या tricky question पूछा है मुझे आंसर पता है 1 minute I'm coming to it. What I'm saying is that um, they know that what is the preference, right? Like straight to straight, gay to gay, lesbian to lesbian. They know the preference, but
बोलो बोलो, आई एम
am I
चेकिंग
am I
चेकिंग.
am I am I on the right track? Like
बोलो,
they are
फिर बोलो ना, जो भी मन में आए बोल दो.
अच्छा मन में कैसे बोलूं मैं but the opposite of like the monosexuality is attraction of like so they know their preference is what I'm trying to say. The question revolves around the similar line, right? That is it the same? Is it the same?
Monosexuality only difference is one thing. They are same.
Yeah,
Sexual people and heterosexual people are same. But
yeah,
only the difference is monosexual people are of the spectrum of gender identity.
करेक्ट एंड मतलब उनके प्रेफरेंसेस थोड़े क्लियर है थोड़े अलग है
Gender
प्रेफरेंस
identity. And heterosexual people are more on the side of sexual orientation.
बट इनमें मतलब प्रेफरेंस का ही डिफरेंस है ना बस बाकी दे
बिल्कुल.
नो दैट दे आर अट्रैक्टेड ओनली टू वन जेंडर स्ट्रेट टू स्ट्रेट
हाँ,
गे टू गे लेस्बियन टू लेस्बियन द प्रेफरेंस
हाँ.
इज वन
Can be if a female is attracted only to male. For which one, right? For which one? It can be, but for which one? I just wanted. Okay. Okay. Till here, any doubt? Getting confused? Not. Okay, not an issue. I myself am a great cleaner then. Okay. Next is pansexuality. Now, pansexual, now I believe someone asked that pansexual. Abhi, someone said about pansexual and demisexual in this batch or not? Okay, some other batches then. Okay. Pansexual are those sort of individual who do not restrict themselves to any gender. They don't restrict themselves. They are like regardless of any gender, I am attracted to anyone. It can be on the sexual orientation portion also. I have highlighted that portion. They are gender blind. They can get attracted to male, they can get attracted to female, they can get attracted to intersex, they can get attracted to trans, they can get attracted to hijras. Again, don't confuse what is trans and what is hijra. I'm going to come. Pansexual are attracted to the people, regardless of whatever the gender is. Clear what is pansexual? And I forgot to put it in the down version. Homosexual. Now, what exactly homosexual? Again, it's similar as pansexual, but pansexual are gender blind. Okay, the other name for pansexual is gender blind, but homosexual people are not gender blind. They have a clear, they are aware, they are pretty much aware of the gender orientation or the gender differences an individual have. If they are getting attracted to a hijra, though hijra is a community and trans is also a community, I'm going to talk about the countries. You all can understand. If, for example, I am on a verge of homosexuality, my sexuality is homi, okay? I know if I'm getting attracted to a trans or not. Even if I'm getting attracted, I would be digging the past that Oh, this is a trans male or it's a trans female. ठीक है, pansexual, gender blind and homosexual. Okay. Okay, before coming up to the risks, let me talk about bisexual traits. Now I hope you all understand what is trait is. Three people. Okay. I'm in a relationship with John Abraham. I'm in a relationship with Amir Khan as well as with Amitabh Bachchan also. Amitabh Bachchan, and in this sort of relationship, we all know each other's. Okay? It can be anything, whether a two male, two female, sorry, two male, one female, or two female, one male, anything. And it can be in any sort of relationship, sexual relationship, emotional, or it can be both. If I'm a bisexual, it has to be both. But there is a twist. If okay, if I am on a verge of polyamory, in Instagram, have you heard of a polyam couple? Huh? What does they means or what does that means? That means that they practices or they know and they have a full permission that you can have two more partners other than me.
So मैम
हाँ बोलो.
ये ऐसे भी है ना, इट्स ऑल्सो टर्म्ड एज ओपन 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 मैरिज मैरिज नहीं मतलब ऐसे ओपन हाँ सीधे हाँ सॉरी आई डिडंट रीड दैट मतलब ओपन रिलेशनशिप आई स्वेयर आई डिड नॉट रीड दैट आई वाज ओनली ऑन द पॉलीमोर व्हाटएवर दैट इज I was only on that and I was just wondering that
I'll
there
clear.
is
हाँ.
yeah the open wala part right.
Open is a different thing. In open, what happened? They would be in a relationship. Like for example, I'm in a relationship with John Abraham, also with Amitabh Bachchan, also with Amir Khan, also with Shahrukh Khan. But it's not necessary. I would be having a long time commitment with John Abraham. It can be I'm performing my sexual activity for a month or so, or for 6 months, and then it's a tata bye bye. Again with Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, fine. Amitabh Bachchan hi le lo. For 1 year, again Tata bye bye. That is what open relationship is. But in polyamory, the commitment is there. A sort of emotion.
अरमान मलिक टाइप वो बिग बॉस में था लाइक दैट
हाँ हाँ.
वो जो बिग बॉस में था ना अरमान मलिक शायद उसका नाम
Yes, there is a YouTube couple. हाँ जी, बिल्कुल. That is not open relationship. That is a sort of polyamory relationship
यस यस
with the full permission.
कमिटमेंट है उसमें yes.
Hmm. And who are the polyamorous? They are those sort of people who believe that हाँ होगा तो क्या होगा, अच्छा ही होगा. I am in a relationship with Amitabh Bachchan. I'm in a relationship with John Abraham, with Salman Khan, Amin Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, everyone. And people, those who are supporting me, luckily no one would support me. But though if people supports me, they are polyamorous couples or polyamorous individuals. And in open relationship, similar thing happens. I'm in a relationship with everyone, but I'm not committing anyone. Or there is no certain of emotional bonding. No bonds are there. Only sexual intimacies are there. And what is V relationship? Over here, you need to understand this. This is V. ठीक है? A, B, C. Please understand, and it's quite common. If you are from India, anywhere you can expect, if you all are learning about queer and kink, you can expect kinds. Now, B wala thing. See, हाँ Ariyate wants to say something. हाँ हाँ बोलो बोलो बोलो.
Can you go to the पीछे वाला slide?
This one.
मैम you were talking about the bisexual trait तो यहाँ पे हम कैसे आए? I'm very confused. ये हो गया
See,
था.
bisexual triads are where I'm in a relationship with three people. Okay, bi, like apart from me, only two, three things. And this is the difference. Like difference matlab types of bisexual relationship or triad relationship.
अच्छा type से.
Types. हाँ जी.
अच्छा okay, got it.
Okay. Now इधर पे कैसे है? This I would be explaining without this one. Without picture, if I explain, ऊपर ऊपर जाएगा. V वाला picture. ठीक है? Okay. Now what exactly is this? B. See the B wala part. ठीक है? B is in a relationship with A and C, both sexually and emotionally. But neither A knows C or C knows A. That is a V relationship. No one is knowing each other, only B knows both of them. Now, please don't call it as a cheating wala thing. It's a preference.
In layman words, it's going to be the same, right? You're
हाँ,
cheating.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Going to be the same, right? Am I
Hmm.
right?
बिल्कुल. In layman, it's pretty same. Clear about the V relationship?
So basically, A doesn't know that B is dating C, and C doesn't know that B is dating A.
No. B is common.
Hmm.
जो हिंक है, बी के हम लोग बोलते हैं वी वाला जो नीचे का पोर्शन है, दिस इज कॉल्ड द हिंक. HINGE, hink. Hink knows I am getting A and C, but A and C don't know each other.
Okay, so they don't know each other, but they also don't know that like they are being dated by the
Yes,
same person.
yes, they don't know.
Okay.
For example, the thing which Abhishek Bachchan did, it's exactly the same. क्या करूं, यही एग्जाम्पल आप लोग को समझ में आता है. चलो ले लेते हैं. क्लियर अबाउट, हाँ दिया बोलो. बोलो.
But the world knows no about Abhishek Bachchan. No.
World knows. Abhishek Bachchan, Aishwarya did not knew.
चीटिंग हो गया ना मैम फिर वो.
हाँ, तो वो तो चीटिंग ही है. लाइक आई वोंट कॉल एज चीटिंग बिकॉज स्क्वायर अफर्मेटिव थेरेपिस्ट हमको मार ही डालेगा.
क्या पढ़ा रहे हो तुम?
हाँ. Okay. Clear about the trades? Okay. Luckily. Clear about all the terminologies? अरे सेक्स कहाँ गया? Okay. I'm coming to the STI parts. But before that, hijra and trans. Okay. Now, what is the transgender? Now, पहले transgender समझ लो, फिर trans man और trans woman. ठीक है? Transgender is a umbrella term. उसमें हिजरा, trans men, trans woman आएगा और आएगी कुछ भी. ठीक है? It's a sort of umbrella, big sort of umbrella. And what exactly is transgender? Where people don't find similarity the way they were born in. For example, I'm born as a girl. I would be a transgender if I'm not liking my body parts. I would be a transgender if I'm not getting an bazaar with my body. That is transgender. Now, definitely, I would talk about hijra, but in a couple of time. Now, what is a trans man and trans woman? Trans men are those who, for example, मेरा example ले लो. I'm born as a girl. I'm having some issues with my body. I'm not liking my boobs. I'm not liking my vagina. I'm not liking my vocal tone. And hence I thought that, and hence I think, not thought, hence I think I'm a girl. Sorry, I'm a boy. I would be going not only for operation or sort of surgery or something else. That can be a hormone therapy also. That can be vocal therapy also. Anything. It can be operated. It can be non-operated. Only with the help of hormones. If I'm not having any sort of issues with my body, only I think that I'm a boy, I would be going for hormone therapy. And that is what trans men is. And the exactly the opposite is trans woman. Where, for example, I'm born as a boy, I'm not liking my body, or I'm not liking my way of talking, and I want to be a girl. And I be a girl. It can be before operation or post. Anything. I'm going to talk why so. Clear about transgender, trans men, and trans women? Okay. Now, as I was talking, I have issues with my breast or I have issues with my vagina. That is what gender dysphoria is. Where an individual who was assigned at birth by male or female, anything, they have issues accepting their own bodies. Now there are not two, three sort of dysphoria. Top dysphoria, bottom dysphoria, or both top and bottom. What is top dysphoria? When I'm having issues with my breast. Being a girl, I'm having issues with my breast. And I don't like to see my breast. That is what top dysphoria is. What is bottom dysphoria? When I'm not being able to tolerate any of my intimate body parts, either the penis or the vagina. And what is both? When I'm having issues with my both, like both my boobs as well as my vagina or my penis. That is what gender dysphoria is. Clear what is gender dysphoria? I know I'm confusing. Okay. Now, okay, before this, oh no. Now, there are so many sort of surgeries I was talking about. Okay. Now, what is facial surgery? Where, for example, I want to be a boy. मेरा face तो अभी I'm not looking like a boy. I would be opting for facial surgery where I need my face to become like a masculine figure or to become more associated with a male figure, a male sort of face. Same goes with chest or top, which I said, where I don't want my breast. If I'm a girl, definitely I'm a girl. I want to be a boy. I need to remove my breast. Definitely, if I'm having issues or if I'm having top dysphoria, I would be removing my breast with the help of surgeries. That the time I would be going for top surgery. Genital surgery, the bottom one, where my genitals would be getting replaced. If I'm a boy, I would be going for vagina. If I'm a girl, I would be going for a penis. Clear with the surgery sorts? Riya?
Yes, ma'am, my camera has conked off.
हाँ,
I don't know
पता
what
था
to do.
मुझे.
Give me a minute. I'm coming back.
Okay, okay.
You continue. I'm sorry.
Clear? Okay, okay, okay. Clear with types of surgery? Okay. Next is hijras and trans. Now, how many of y'all think that, yeah, hijras are trans and trans are hijras? Tell me. Aisha, okay, came back. Huh. Be very honest. It's no one is going to judge anyone. Even when I did not do my co-affirmative course, I was like both एक ही सब कुछ एक ही है.
I am not from psychological background, so I don't know. But I
Hmm.
think they're same.
Similar.
I am
Okay.
rounded.
Okay. Okay. So there is a difference between transgender. I'm not talking about men and women, but as a whole in transgender and hijra. Now, hijras is more of a cultural based, cultural identity. It came from South Africa. ऐसे हाँ साउथ अफ्रीका. ठीक है. In South Africa, this was first used in South Africa, where if you are not a boy or not a girl, that means you are a hijra. It's more based on cultural aspects. In India, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, you can get apart only in three countries leaving South Africa, because South Africa only gave this term hijra. But what are transgender? Definitely where they were assigned. Like for example, as I said, I am assigned by girl and I'm not liking that. Yeah, I'm a girl. It can be post-operated, it can be pre-operated. No matter what the operation are, I am not liking. And that is what transgender. But again, there can be a great confusion that whether all hijras are transgender or not. Not all hijras are transgendered. As I said, hijra is particularly a culture based. And also not transgenders are not hijras. I know one, I'm not going to name, she is quite popular. Why I said she? Because she identifies as transgender. But again, she said in one of her interview that no, she belongs from the hijra community. And she is by birth a male. She went for operation. More than 14 OTs were done in her body, starting from eyes, nose, lips, chin, chest, everything. And she's right now transformed into a beautiful trans. Okay. But the only thing is that she belongs from Bangladesh, and over there, people associate her biology of the body part. Which one? I did not, matlab, it's my mistake. I did not understand your question, Asta. You can come up on the mic and you can tell. Okay. So she said that she is from Bangladesh and hence people call her as Hijra. And Hijras, see, they opt. It's like they would be dressing up. If you have seen anyone standing and clapping in traffics, so they are Hijra. Like generally people do have a notion they are Hijras. ठीक है? Basically, Hijra is a sort of profession. If you talk to any queer therapist, it's a profession. I can dress my mom, sorry, not my mom, my dad and brother, giving them all the attires of a woman and like starting from bikini to sari and everything, makeup, वगैरह को सब कुछ, my brother and my father would be a hijra. Hijra right now is a profession. And it's not necessary that all transgender, whether are trans men, sorry, not men, trans women, would be a hijra. Even in
Hijra is
India,
more
yeah,
Hijra is more of a community, right?
yes,
Wherein we live together and perform such stuff.
yes, they did not get the acceptance. Like there are so many hijra community over there, only hijras are there. They don't have any
Just
sort of trans.
removed basically. जो
Ha,
babies को छोड़ देते हैं, वैसे.
ha. Now you all can ask that whether hijra and intersex are common or not. Somewhere they are common. Female, that is somewhere they are aligned with that spectrum. Now again, all transgenders are not cross dressers. Not all. It's again, see, queer is something which is based on preference, which is based on their identification. It can be anything. We are not limiting to our studies. As I said, queer and kink is such sort of affirmative studies which is not restricted only to books and copies. It can be anything beyond, even beyond our imagination. Clear what is trans and hijra, and cross dressers are those. I have few cross dressers, they dress only for their own satisfaction. I have a friend, he is a friend. Again, I said he because he is a male. But when he is with his wife, he prefers to have a sari. It is his preference. Again, but he is attracted to his wife. He loves his wife. But again, his preference. Again, I know a female candidate, whenever she's with her husband, she says that I like to be a boy. And they perform sexual activity being the opposite gender itself.
That comes in transgender.
No, it's cross dressing.
Maybe it's fantasy or something like that.
Huh?
Maybe it's like fantasy, that fantasy.
Your voice is very
Fancy,
unclear.
yeah, I can't.
Fantasy, yeah, fantasy.
Fancy dress you are talking about?
Uh, the dresses which they wear of the opposite gender, it might be their fantasy.
Yes, it's out of fantasy itself. As I said, my friend like to wear lights. A sort of fantasize. Clear about hijra and trans? Lakshmi Nand Tripathi, have you heard of her name? Lakshmi Tripathi, Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi. They are most popular transgender in India, not only in India, abroad also. How many of you have seen Tali? You can resonate what exactly is transgender.
But I'm just very much very confused right now. Like today, I use right now after 1.5 hours of straight workshop in. I am now saying that I am officially confused because I'll tell you why. There is a reason that why I'm officially confused. Here, I think I am. Tisati is saying yes. I don't know. I think she also
Okay,
resonates.
I'll not win. How many of you all are confused? Tell me. Honest answers. How many of you all? Pratika, okay. Priya, then someone did Pratika Haripapi. Okay. And Akanksha understands. Magna, okay. Are bapre, so many people. Okay, where you all are getting confusion?
Can I start with
Ha, start karo.
myself? Um, See, what I'm saying is that males. Okay, let's start with the hijra part. A
Hmm.
male who has physiological feminine gender, right?
Okay, you are talking about the PPT. Huh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
a hijra is a male who has a physiological feminine gender, as in,
Hmm.
and wears.
Feminine gender matlab wearing sari. They
Feminine.
likes wearing sari.
Huh, right,
Hmm.
and it's also a profession, is what you're trying to say,
Yes.
right? But they, what is their? They do not have any particular sexual orientation.
They are not being accepted till now. As the acceptance we have given to the transgender, either trans men or trans female, we did not give the acceptance to hijras because this is hijra is more of culture.
And it's also it goes as profession working case में भी जाता है.
Huh.
And transgender state where a person identifies oneself as a gender
Hmm.
by gender orientation and not as
Hmm.
a member of the community.
Hmm.
My gender orientation, for example, is, give an example. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not working
Okay.
right now.
She got confused. Okay. For example, transgender ही ले लो. I'm a girl. What is my sex? XX.
Yeah.
ठीक है? My sex is XX, that is female. What is my gender? Society have given me that is Shraddhanjali is a female. She would have long hairs, though I don't have. She would be pretty a sort of house wife pattern. That is the role, like role which society gave me. Okay, I associate myself now. I am what I am inside. I feel no, I'm not being getting anything out of my body. I feel I need to be a male. Though I'm having a like I have vagina, but I feel no, I need to pee from my penis or penis, whatever you all tell. Then I would be going for OT sort of thing or hormonal therapy. Initially, hormonal therapy starts or SRS, that is sex reassignment surgery.
So
I
they're
feel
not.
no, I like, haha.
So they're not. They identify as not from, like, not from the like they are not the other I mean, they're not from the community. They
Hmm,
put themselves as something which is different, and that's how they go land up into surgeries. And
hmm,
because they don't consider themselves, they don't consider their gender orientation aligned to the community that we are
hmm.
in, basically.
Hijras won't ever go for any sort of surgeries. Hijra, they won't be going. Transgender can go, can't go. It depends on whether they are having any sort of dysphoria or not. But Hijras won't go. They would prefer wearing saris or kurtis, whatever girl as a woman we wear. See, I'll be very honest. Is don't limit your studies only. I have given, like Sajal have given, not only the PPT, he would share the materials also. I have given a book, like it's a book of QSCP, which is where all sort of core affirmative therapists wrote their opinion. Read that book. So that see, it's not that it's as I said, I'm not limiting anyone's studies only to this PPT. If I talk about, I know one of a friend of mine, I'm not going to name, he's a therapist. He is a fictosexual, but again, he prefers to be a hijra. Not a chance. Now I can't say, no, you are sorry, you are fictosexual and you can't be a hijra. It's the preference of the client. Yes, Pratiksha. Pratiksha, I want to say something. Swati. हाँ, Swati बोलो.
Yes. So, can you tell me one difference between intersex? I mean, you told intersex is in line with hijra, right? So, one difference, or if there are few differences between hijra and transgender.
Okay. See, hijra, transgender, intersex, I'm going to give a difference. Intersex would have both the openings. That means a vagina also and a penis also. Or the penis. Okay, that is intersex. Transgender and hijras are born as a boy itself. They prefer wearing saris or they prefer wearing women's clothes. Okay. And what is transgender? They are born either as a girl and they prefer to be a male, or they are born as a male and they prefer to be a girl. And hijras would never go for any sort of surgeries. But transgender, either man or woman, they can go for surgery, they can't go for surgery depending on their level of dysphoria. This is the difference. Okay.
So basically, what I understood was that a person, like a transgender, can have dysphoria, but a hijra cannot. Like they wouldn't because they are happy with
Yes.
how they are born as,
Yes.
and it's just cross-dressing. So is it similar to drag, like, or it's
Drags
just
are only for performance.
performance? Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Drag kings or drag queen, they would be designing or they would be dressing up only for that sake of performance and nothing else.
okay,
Their orientation and sexual identity are as similar as whatever we prefer or the straight individuals prefer.
okay, okay. So a hijra would want to dress up as a woman on a daily basis.
Not as a daily basis, it can be per month, per week, depending on their
Present.
want that I want to do.
Okay,
There in India, there are some occasions only for drag kings and queens where they come up and they dress up. There are so many fashion designers also who want them only to dress up and showcase their dresses.
okay, okay. Yeah, understood. Yeah.
And
See, Swati, tell me.
yeah, so the trans people
Huh?
can also have both the anatomy that you mentioned, right? Can have, or is it just
No,
a
trans
dysphoria?
can't have.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
a dysphoria.
Dysphoria means where they are not liking their body parts and they would be operating that. For
Okay,
example, I'm
okay,
having issues with my breast. I would be removing my breast. I'm having issues with my vagina. I would be removing my vagina. I would be coming up with silicone penis. Or
right.
I'm having a penis. I would be coming up with a vagina. Like not me, basically my doctor.
Got it.
I know it's confusing. It's common. See, when I did my studies, I used to disturb my teacher even after the class. So I won't mind if you all ask. Okay, clear. Then I would be coming up to the intimacy concerns. Riya is like, अभी भी है क्या? हाँ, अभी भी है.
अभी अभी क्या आ रहा
अभी
है
भी
अभी is it the sexual orientation part coming? It's not.
पूरा रामायण खत्म हो गया. शी इज लाइक कौन राम है भाई या कौन राम.
नहीं ये तो कहाँ किया हम लोग ने मैम यहाँ हम we are on the we're on the we were on the bisexual trait then you told us about the polyamory B relation then the transgender gender dysphoria and then you told us difference between gender I mean you told us between transgender who are not very comfortable and how they go with different parts of the body to get operated who or the level of dysphoria that they explain that you told us then you also told us the difference between them तो कहाँ हम यहाँ कहाँ पहुँचे अभी
इधर इंटीमेसी कंसर्न्स.
that's orientation no
ये सबका होगा. सब क्वेर आदमी लोग का, औरत लोग का, इंडिविजुअल लोग का होगा.
see I lacked sexual education at a very young age and it's very 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 What do you say? It's very. I mean, I'm just kidding, but yeah. मेरे को
ओरिएंटेशन
दिमाग
खत्म, सेक्सुअल आइडेंटिटी खत्म, अभी इंटीमेसी कंसर्न्स, क्या प्रॉब्लम है होगा, व्हाई दे वुड बी कमिंग अप टू यू एज अ थेरेपिस्ट,
हाँ, वो ठीक है, वो हम
अभी
हैंडल कर
ये है।
लेंगे। वो हम हैंडल कर लेंगे, उसका मुझे चिंता नहीं है, मुझे पहले वाला चिंता है।
पहले
रामायण
वाला
चालू
टर्म्स में
कैसे हो
चिंता
गया?
है, पहले वाला टर्म्स में चिंता है।
दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट नो मैम, अगर मैं वो
हाँ,
समझूंगी ही नहीं तो मैं उनको थेरेपी
इसलिए तो
दूंगी
मैंने कहा
कैसे?
वो पहले जो 4 स्लाइड्स है, सेक्स, जेंडर, ओरिएंटेशन, आइडेंटिटी, वो समझना होगा, फिर ये अपने आप ही क्लियर हो जाएगा।
तो भैया वैल्यूम रीड ना, जितना आप रीड करोगे पीपीटी उतना धीरे धीरे समझ आ जाएगा।
आयशा, योर वॉइस वाज नॉट क्लियर, पीपीटी शेयर हो गया और कुछ?
आना
नो नो। यस, नाउ यू कैन टेल बिकॉज योर हेडफोन वाज प्रॉब्लम। हाँ
मैं ये बोल रही थी कि
हाँ
अ, जितना पीपीटी में जो दिया हुआ है वो बार बार रीड करेंगे, बाद में समझ आ
हाँ,
जाएगा धीरे धीरे।
आप
रिया
लोग को
ज्यादा ही
अगर
स्ट्रेस्ड
बहुत
आउट हो
बड़ा
रही है।
पीपीटी चाहिए वो भी बोल देना, बहुत सारे टर्मिनोलॉजीज है।
नहीं नहीं ये ठीक है।
साजल, साजल,
Hi, yes, ma'am.
hi hi, do you remember the ppt which I gave you and I said it's for 5 days, ये वो लोग like वो ppt इन लोग को दे दो।
Okay, ma'am, we'll do the needful.
और that the one which Sajal is sharing now, उसमें और भी terminologies है, I did not cover that.
Sanjana just laughed at it.
I know, I understand, see I would be very honest, by like keep on writing, making notes, because मेरे को भी समझ में नहीं आए थे, the moment I started making notes अभी remember हो गया ये क्या है वो क्या है।
I remember when we did in our masters, we had a Kaviki over affirmative का paper.
हम्म,
When we did, ऐसे नहीं है कि हम अगदीच लल्लूपन जो नहीं है. I know the we've done like we've written a paper on this and we've given exams and we've
हम्म,
studied and all, but
हम्म.
I think it's so much more. You know, it's so much the more you study, the more you go into it.
Yes,
That's
that is
the
the reason plus plus, never ending process like king, सेक्स का कोई एंड नहीं है, लाइक ओरिजिनल सेक्स का, इंटरकोर्स वाला सेक्स का। Now, what are the general issues with people, like people from the queer community they face, especially the gay couples? ठीक है, they have issues with STD. Any idea what is STD?
सेक्सुअली ट्रांसमिटेड डिजीज।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। And there is a myth that if I'm having any sort of, for example, if I have HIV, my partner, if I'm a gay, okay, and my partner after getting intimate would have HIV or AIDS. It's not that like that. Preventive measures can be taken using of condoms, both for vaginal penetration and oral sex also. Teeth brush, like there is a called brush which is for teeth. For that brush also we use, not we, definitely I don't use, but we suggest the clients that if your partner is feeling that yeah मेरे को भी हो जाएगा, I don't want to, for that reason I am not able to perform sexual activity, वो दे दो, go with condoms, any flavor का condom कुछ भी चलेगा, depending on the client preference again. So XTD is on the highest reach. Now in Kolkata, there is a gay couple. I hope you all know the name of Abhishek and Chaitanya. Both are my friend, very good friend. So people think that yeah, Abhishek and Chaitanya is having issues with STD, but no, it's not mandatory that all gay couples or all gays would have STD. It's not mandatory. Now, STD is something which even I can have. Being a straight couple, like being a straight girl, I also can have HIV. So it's not only for gay, but there is a myth that all gay couples would have HIV or AIDS. Next, as a therapist, definitely as a king affirmative or queer affirmative therapist, what are the things we addresses? Number one is the intimacy and with the partner. What would be the level of intimacy? What would be the sexual position of your couple? Like as a couple, what would be the sexual position? Everything, starting from number of, there are n number of positions: cat, dog, pig, horse, elephant, 101 pose, 107 pose. I'm not talking about the numbers. So we need to address all those poses also. Posture जो बोलते हैं, चेयर होंगे, टेबल होंगे, हाँ बोलो.
Is it more of an psychoeducative awareness कि तुम लोग
Yes,
को अगर
yes.
the issues that you have now, that I've gone into my एकदम therapist वाला chair एकदम मैं वहाँ पे चले गए हूँ. What I'm saying is वहाँ पे like people do have concerns, so it's more of a psychoeducative thing that how you can how there are different options or the level of intimacy or the
Hmm.
performance and etc. So how you can psychoeducate them comes in this side of the portion, right?
Yes, and also we do with sex therapy, which is sunset focus therapy.
So वो भी आता है उसमें. Is it like a part of cure or formative, or will they be going to a sex therapist all by themselves?
It's a part. If you are queer and king affirmative, वो तो आपको आएगा ही आएगा.
But if I'm only a cure or formative and I'm not a king of formative,
तो भी आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा.
चलो
तो भी
option
आपको
नहीं है पढ़ो. No, but I'm saying that just like if I'm not very confident about the sex therapy part of it, uh, because I am not, because हम लोग का final paper was also on grief therapy. It was not on sex therapy. मैंने grief therapy लिया था, तो I am not confident on sex therapy वाला part. So
then
if
you
I
have to refer to someone who is a sex therapist.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have to refer. Okay. Next is body dysphoria or dysmorphic disorder, where I'm not liking my body. And also, not to forget, there are trans, I'm not talking only about trans men or trans women, it can be both. After having operation or after having any sort of surgery, they feel that no, my previous body was good, but they can't go back. For example, I'm a girl, okay? I'm not liking my breast, I'm not liking my vagina, and hence, after a few months, definitely counseling would be there. Therapists need to sign up that this individual is mentally prepared for SRS. Hormone therapy start होगा, फिर बहुत changes होगा. Like पहले vocal, then I would have a facial hairs and everything. After, it's a long process, ठीक है? एक दिन में surgery नहीं होगा. Then for the surgery, it takes minimum, I'm talking about minimum 12 to 14 hours for an individual to undergo that surgery. Huh. Then after few months, there can be, the client can come up and say, ma'am, after I'm looking like a boy, yeah, I like, but I'm not liking my body right now. Please kuch karo. That is again a major issue. And we have to handle that also. And I have seen. I won't go. I have seen. Trans woman, after getting transformed, she's like, Suddenly I'm not liking my breast right now. What should I do? Abhi, you can't do anything. Matlab, you can't go back to your normal body which you were assigned by your birth. You have to psychoeducate that you, if you are not liking. That's the time what I do, honestly. I don't know what other therapist does, but as a affirmative, what I do, I ask my client to wear bikini and stand in front of the mirror at least every single day, so that the client get accustomed that, yeah, what if I'm not getting my boobs in that manner? And there can be question that I wanted Sunny Leone wala breast, but I'm not getting that. There also the role of kink affirmation and queer affirmation comes in, that you are not going to get. That is, Sunny Leone don't have that much of boobs, but it's the artificial things which the silicone. So that is the time a role of whole team, gynecologist, urologist, sex therapist, sexologist comes into play. And we have to walk in hand. It's not only as a that, okay, I'm a certified queer affirmative, that means I can do everything. No. Then the major mental health concern is whether I would be able to reproduce a baby by myself, especially lesbian couples. It's impossible. Now, there was a question which I don't know in this batch or someone else had asked me that whether trans woman can be a lesbian or not. What you all think? Trans woman can be a lesbian? Who feels no? Or who feels yes? Tell me. How many of you all feel yes, a trans woman can be a lesbian? One, okay, two, three. Others feels no, then okay. Yes, a trans woman can be a lesbian, a trans man can be a gay. Because they are right now a female or because they are right now male and hence they can be.
You're talking about after the surgery, no?
Yes, yes, yes,
Talking after that, after the person has done a trans surgery,
hmm,
they can be a lesbian, as in because
yes,
I'm not comfortable in my body and I see myself as I wanted a female body. Now
hmm,
I feel more happier that I've changed my body and I am a lesbian now.
hmm. My preference is also on the side of I want a girl to be my partner.
But
And there are so many couples in India itself, after surgery, they became lesbian or they wanted to be a gay. So again, queer is a sort of preference.
Can
Okay.
I shed
Hmm.
some light on the depression part of it if
Ha
you
ha ha ha.
I was just thinking, going back to the paper that we, itna bada article, and there was one very nice article. If I have, I can just share it with you. And then, तो वो जो था उसमें lot of they were just giving कि depression क्यों हो सकता है, either the fear of coming out,
Hmm.
uh, not understanding their own body parts. I mean the confusion, fear of coming out, then fear of judgment. These are all things that do happen,
Hmm.
and that can lead to depression as well.
Ha.
That
Yes.
I
That is
very
the thing.
yeah. There was one more movie, Majama. I don't know if anybody has seen it. It's Madhuri Dixit has played in it. It's on Prime. It was um, so she happens to be a lesbian, and then she gets married to a man, and then unka pura, she has a happy family and all. During her son's marriage, they come to know that she's a lesbian, and she was really involved with her best friend. So how the entire how the entire struggle of coming out to her own family, coming out to the world, and acceptance, family acceptance. So I think these all are also segments that could come under why depression could be a part of it.
And also the depression can happen due to their professional life that people हम लोग घर के like think in a very logical way like if a trans man or a trans woman is coming would you keep her or him as a household maid also no mostly none of us so they won't have any sort of financial help also due to crisis financial crisis also so depression can affect them in many ways in both in their personal life and professional life. Second can be their education. The moment they thought that content का कीड़ा पे एक content है on trans, I would share that link with you all. It's a very short YouTube thing on content का कीड़ा. So where they said that the moment the boy realized that yeah I prefer to wear lipstick, and he was in class 5 or 4, that the day he started losing his friend and he started moving on to depression. So that is also that can be also a reason of depression. It's not only that okay depression is limited to here because every single day think it if I'm a trans and or a lesbian and people are like in my family occasion my auntie is asking my grandpa parents oh you are a lesbian you are a lesbian अरे बोलते हो तो ना I'm a lesbian I prefer me sorry females but every single time I have to come out every single time
The stigma
yes
is something that suppress. The stigma is something that pushes the person so much towards the wall that eventually it's just very heartbreaking to see that happening.
and also I would like to share a very small case where this woman, like he was a male pehle, then she had transformed into a beautiful trans woman. She was once going in a metro, that is in a public transportation, where one of a police, like surgeon, he touched the breast and he asked, "ये original है या नकली है?" That was also a highly pathetic case because ये होता है. Whether your breast is original or not, like my wife, and he said, like my wife is having her own breast. Is it your own breast? Because people can identify right now due to social media, due to Wikipedia, blah blah blah, so many things. So that can also be a concern. I remember she came up to me. That suddenly I had to face. Yes, Aisha.
Uh, Sometimes gay men also are sexually harassed, like in
Hmm.
a hostel or something like that.
Yes.
That can
Yes.
also lead to depression.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And also the thing which Ria said about marriage, like in the film, it's exactly the case. If people hear, or still now, even if we are so called highly modernized, if we hear, oh, that is a gay, no, I'm not going to get married. So, marriage is also a bigger issue right now, that no one wants to get married. And yes, they have issues in like reproduction because they can't reproduce their own baby, na? They can
In India,
either
we like apna khoon. We want
हाँ,
apna khoon. That
अपना
stupid
खून.
concept.
More, see, it's not only limited to here. They have issues with their own personality. I'm not liking my body, I'm not liking my color of the skin, and hence I go on cutting, cutting, cutting borderline sort. Yes, Ria.
A question. Now you just tell me this is a case scenario that has happened very recently. So
Hmm.
there was one girl with me who used to study with me, and we were in a similar college, and she was inclined towards girls, and it was very much that this was back in graduation, and she was inclined towards girls. And you tell me whether I'm doing the case conceptualization correctly, okay? Nothing कुछ ऐसा संबंध ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. She's still on my Instagram, but yeah, so she was inclined towards girls, and which was very much prominent. जैसे कि हमारा गर्ल्स कॉलेज था, तो वो ज़्यादा पकड़ में आता था, you know. She was inclined to girls, and she was very nice, sweet, very nice girl. So later we got to, अब हम लोग सब graduate हुए, अपने अपने रास्ते गए, masters खत्म किया, we chose all our careers. I
Hmm.
went for my masters, पता नहीं उसने क्या किया. Then we were not in touch. But recently I got to know from Instagram only कि उन्होंने सर्जरी कराया. Okay. And so the first post were she seeing a girl, so obviously like her preference was a female, which was very much okay and highlighted. But the surgery was, now my question is, the surgery was of becoming a trans man, right?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
she was a woman and she became a trans man.
Hmm.
And she had put up that, that that was such a bold thing to do, coming across like so much some like such a courageous thing to do in today's society, at least. And then so she's a woman, and then she did a trans male ka surgery, correct?
Yes.
Right, and then they got married. I think they are together, and then they're engaged or married. I don't know वाला story, but वो मुझे जो मैंने pick up किया था वो,
Hmm.
तो
Yeah.
that how.
Surgery for becoming a man.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
I said. Because and now how there is a comfort. अभी तो मुझे बाकी का story तो पता नहीं, but as I saw her, and then I saw her initially in the college days, the
Hmm.
inclination towards women, and then after many years, I saw on Instagram that she's done a surgery to become a man. So that becomes a trans man, right?
Yes. Trans man.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, Swati.
Yeah, there's a myth, no? I've heard this, I mean, at a lot of places. So there's a myth that childhood sexual abuse leads to these kind of diverse sexual orientations. Is that true, ma'am?
No, no,
In
no.
your practice, have you ever?
No, honestly, I did not get that. Yeah, childhood. I have been, for example, any of the client has been molested, and like now like she wants to be he or he wants to be she. So honestly, I did not see, and it's completely a stigma. Like not a stigma, a false belief or a misconception. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. Okay. So, okay. I know it was confusing. Now the PPT against Sajal had, I believe he has forwarded. That is not only limited. Now I have included at least not even 30% also of the terminologies. Not even 30%. So आप लोग पढ़ो. Even if you all are getting stuck, you all can ask me. I would be helping you all. Okay. So can I have right now everyone on camera to click a picture?
Hi all, it's a request from our side. If you can just open your cameras for 2 seconds, we just have to take a picture. And ma'am, can you please just stop sharing this
Yes, yes.
presentation?
I'll do. I'll do.
Sure. Beautiful. Yeah, if you all just can have your cameras on for just 2 seconds. I mean, it's a request from Mind Company and Ms. Sradhanjali, ma'am. Perfect. Beautiful people. Yes, ma'am. Please carry on.
Yeah. So thank you everyone. I believe you all enjoyed or you all did not enjoy.
Yeah, we did. It's just
We
that
did
now
enjoy that.
my brain has been functioning कि अभी प्रॉब्लम तो है, अभी हेल्प कैसे करना है वो लाइंस में आई थिंक वी नीड योर गाइडेंस.
I would be there. I would be there. Don't worry. Anyone who feels that, yeah, somewhere I am getting stuck, you all can WhatsApp me. I would be helping you all out. So just a request. It's a sort of request. Again, it depends on you all. Again, leaving Ria because she was my previous wala student also, and she's a colleague and friend also, a very good friend. So if you all can share a feedback in the WhatsApp group, it would be better for like even if it is a criticism also, I won't mind because I need to improve on myself that whether I did something good or bad. Please, I would request everyone, like there is a WhatsApp group, I believe. So if you all can give a review about the session, that whether you all enjoyed or not. And if you all want, we can come up, like I along with Mind Company, we can come up with a long course. I know that that course would not be in this year, but next year. So if you all want, again, it's your preference, Abhi. So okay. So you all can let us know whether did you all like this thing or not, like this workshop or not. And yeah, I am open to criticism also. I won't mind.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful session. Right? It was such a very open talk, despite the stigma and everything. One request, ma'am, just from my end.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how many of us here will be interested in the same. Looking forward to another, similar kind of webinar on kink affirmation, if you could, because that's also become, yeah, you're for it, Aisha? Yes.
Yes.
So I just want to know about it also, ma'am, because that's the need of the hour, I feel. So if you could give us a talk on that also, it'll be wonderful. Just want to hear it from you.
Sajal, ask my
Sure,
company.
ma'am. We'll do the needful, ma'am.
I'll come up. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
If
Thank
Sajal
you.
gives me the permission, I remember Ria attended the course, like webinar on kink. Uh, how was the session?
I attended, yes, I attended only half.
Half.
I attended half.
Because you were there for REBT from Mind Company itself.
Yeah, you can ask me any, you can take my inner child Viva, but don't take my kink Viva. Take my inner child Viva. Don't take my kink Viva because मुझे kink, I mean, actually, seriously, this opportunity I feel is very good because uh, I was, firstly, I was not able to attend. I just attended half,
Hmm.
right? So I don't mind to come for the kink one if you guys are planning to do it.
I am ready. एक टांग पे खड़ी हूँ.
एक
Mine
काम
company is the only one. Like Sajal would be planning, Sajal, Akanksha, and Ashish. They would be taking care. If they permits, I would definitely come up. I won't mind.
Sure, ma'am. We'll do it next week.
Sure. कौन से दिन पे भाई मेरे को बोल देना.
Or the coming Wednesday?
Okay, 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 okay. Same timing, right? 7:30.
Yeah.
it was just a very sorry, Sajal, if I'm cutting you out. Oh, sorry. Next Wednesday seems the 11th, 11th of.
Hmm.
Okay, then that's fine.
Because we are meeting again on Sunday. No worries, Ria. चले जाओ.
Okay.
Okay. So you all can ask me even after this session also if you all feel that yeah we are stuck in any sort of terminologies. Feel free to ask me. I would be like more than happy to help you all out. I won't mind. Okay. So just a request from my side, and also I believe the company side also. If you all can write a feedback in the WhatsApp group, it would be easier, at least from me, at least from my side, to understand whether I was lacking or not. Even I'm more welcome for criticism also. So okay, so I'll see you all very soon if Kink is happening on Friday, Wednesday. And if not, then yeah, the study materials I have already shared, so you all can check out. Sajal would be giving. So yes, any doubt again for the last time? Yeah, I know it would be full of doubt, but yeah. Okay, so I believe Sajal is the end because I feel no one.
Yes, ma'am. We can shut this meeting off.
Okay, so thank you everyone for coming up and listening to my boring lectures. But thank you, everyone. Take care and goodbye.
Goodbye, ma'am. Good night.
Goodbye.
Have a
Goodbye.
good
Goodbye.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Good night.